I'm seeing it as like, in kind of theory, when OG has a big timing, it's because of this quick BKB from the gyro running in aggressively by himself. If you now have this BKB piercing stun to go over the top of it, you can kind of cut out this 60-minute timing with just your position 6, you know, Golem and reset.
I'm not even sure if I'd go as far as to say the BKB timing. It's just that OG want to play around the Ags timing. So perhaps if he rushed it, I'd be with you. But it's, again, that mid-fight.
Yeah,
Secret's the lineup is engineered so that when OG hit the timing, maybe they even have an Aegis, and they try to take a tower, how do you fight into Team Secret? Wukong, Invoker Tornado into Wukong's, a Slark on the outskirts, a Warlock Golem, 3 points upheaval. What do you do?
But if their lanes don't go as well this time from Secret, they don't have that easy way back in. And a rare Ricky pick, especially with the changes to his Ag, but it's still very strong.
So is it Gyro mid? Is it Gyro support?
We'll see shortly. They're giggling, so something's up.
Something's up. Mid one Gyro, tops and Ricky, and I mean, I guess that's it. It's just all expected.
Okay, well, you talk about a hell of an Ags. Ricky, while it was nerfed,
it's still very good.
It's still like a staple. It's insane.
Yeah, you clear waves. You still do go for, if it's a Battle Fury build, you go Battle Fury Ag still, because you do clear the waves very well. But I don't know if you'll do it. Sorry.
Isn't it just way worse? It only lasts for 2 seconds instead of 3. So like your invulnerability, like all it does, doesn't it just like allow you to trick the trade into an ally now?
Because it still does the 2 hits though, right? So you're still doing...
It's less time, so you attack less, I assume.
Yeah. I think on mid though, I'd like to see him go more active build, go for like the diffusal and go properly punching. But yeah, this is... They have an answer to the Slark this time. He won't be able to truly run the map pre-BKB, but I don't know.
What do you think, Burge?
I think OG needs to do the same thing they did last game, but just not all in on the mid push. I guess they can't Roche as fast because it's gyro Ags, so I think they just like get the Ags to him fast and he just farm accelerates and they use Ricky to slow down Slark, and then they just play a normal ass game and win.
Okay, normal game.
Normally.
I feel like I've played this game. Secret will have a little more coordination than my team when I have Owen and Sheaves, but we typically see a game like this where my hard support ends with like 15 deaths, and Puppy is at risk of this in this game. Ricky can get real far ahead. He'll kill him in a smack tricks of the trade. That's a dead Warlock. Same sort of thing happens to Invoker and Slark if they stay ahead. I think Zai's got to have a much better laning phase than he did on the Timbersaw. You know, the recovery mechanics he did previously. But I'd still lean on Secret's team fight. And I think they're just playing better right now.
The better execution, even if they have a harder to execute lineup.
I think OG, they're just very scary when they get, you know, a bucket load of items. Before that, they're at the mercy of their own aggression, running into this Warlock. And that alone, like Kyle said, it's like, can OG maybe not run at them for a second, get the items first, then run at them? Like, I don't know.
You need BKBs. Secret do not have much BKBs.
They don't have the damage for the BKBs?
I am just curious how this game is going to play out, because there's a lot of different scenarios that my panel is talking about. We are just going to see it played out and see how this second game of the series is turning out. And quick reminder,
30 seconds to battle.
No, we'll never know what we needed to be reminded about, folks. Oh, hey, first blood looks to be going the way of OG's side. He's gone. All right. Want to start it for Tops and straight in on the action.
Straight into a Wraith Band as well, as it's already a good matchup for the Ricky versus Invoker. Now he's got a huge base damage advantage up against that matchup. So yeah, that's gonna make Nisha's life a lot harder. As we saw, Zai, he just couriered. You know, he turned into a courier. He was scouting out the lanes, and they do get that. We see immediately, look at the camps blocked. So an observer ward placed from Secret to block out the enemy hard camp, and maybe also just get some information of when lanes are swapping, as it does give you some decent vision too.
Yeah, I mean, so what did you make of these drafts overall? We're seeing a lot of the heroes from game one making a second appearance. Do you think OG's got a better shot here at this second game, or do you think it could be another rough one against Secret?
They do have good ways to collapse, and I think the Ricky pick is a much more appropriate pick than the Snapfire, because it's actually like it's a straight up just good matchup, and it's good versus the Slark as well. Like good in mid lane, and also going to be able to have smoke screen be really relevant inside of the game. I don't know how much else he's going to be able to contribute besides that, unless he starts getting gifted a lot of items. So I still think OG's draft does take some time, and I think Secret has put themselves into position to counteract versus that big mid push. That's why they go for this Warlock. And I think we all remember, you know, the true sight. How do we stop them running at us? Just pick heavy team fight. That's what Puppy's gone for with this pick. Anisha, it's a switch up. He's going Exort this game. So it's not going to be that Quas Wex that he did have the last time. He's going to be more about his own selfish game. You know, he did actually have this insane game last game where he wasn't off for crazy amount of kills and all that, but this one is where you're just going for the big damage dealing rather than control.
What do you think sort of is the reason in this game for that change-up? Do you think it's sort of just a case of him wanting to do something different, or why is that Exort Invoker more appealing in this second game?
He can't go Quas Wex versus Ricky. You get 0 last hits. You need to be able to have your Forge Spirit. You need to have the Exort damage so you can actually trade versus him. Otherwise, it actually just gets to the point where Invoker might just have like 4 last hits. Being a little bit more selfish. And hey, maybe it is just to try something else out as well too.
No, let's see what he does. As you say, he had a flawless game 1. He can do the same with the Exort Invokers. No tell will lose his courier. Yep, so find it out there. And overall, do you like the decision from OG to just run the outline up again? Now, we sort of heard, I think Carl on the panel was saying that he did want to see them do this. He felt that they have got something pretty good here that they can make work.
If they're so confident in it that they do it in the first game like that, and like they don't want to just break their confidence, right? Just because they lost because of mistakes like that, they still are confident in the overall idea of the draft. So I'm glad that they do it again as well.
Top lane, we see the duo. A couple of heroes with quite good kill potential. This tree gyro lane, if this Monkey King Zai's not able to get sort of the setup and the big burst heal, he's just going to get run down by these 2 heroes with an insane amount of magical damage over time.
Yeah, a tried and tested staple. This tree gyro has been a thing for 6-7 years. When gyro first got added, it always works out well together how the heroes work, even before Tree had all these abilities because he's getting changed a lot. Overgrowth plus call down has always been amazing, and Gyrocopter, any type of little armor and things to help him just run in and charge into the fights is always amazing, as Tree's always had that. So it's a great lane and a great overall strong duo. Does do very well. And looking at mid, Nisha's still struggling even though he's gone Exort. That does, it does happen when you are played into a Ricky who's been gifted a Wraith Band right at the start.
Yeah, for sure. Very hard with these early stats that he was able to get out as quickly as he did.
Bo3 is going to be free farming just like the last game. Maybe even harder this time since he does have the backup of a Warlock giving him those heals. Tries to step up, but Acid Spray still quite threatening as it is a level 2 Acid Spray. It puts the Slark negative.
And would you imagine Tops in this game on the Ricky, we are going to see him go active. He's obviously got the Orb of Corrosion queued up. We're going to see what the Diffusal Blade after. I feel like he's not the kind of guy who wants to AFK farm Battle Furies, our separate Ags, right? He wants to get in and he wants to hit heroes.
No, I want him active. I want him hunting for like the puppy backline, giving vision for the Warlock, getting on top of the Slark, putting those the smoke screen on top of him to silence him and all that too. I think he has to be a little bit more active. And other thing is too, we're gonna have a change up from Seb, I think, this game. I think him rushing the Ags maybe hurt them a little bit because they lack the frontliner. So this time he's being a little bit more selfish. He's getting his treads, and then we'll see what he does go for after his Bo3.
Nice. Jumps in for Saxa. Now he's got the dart pack going again, ready for that concoction. And with the heal, he's able to chase on. And now actually get a few punches in on Seb as well. So they get the kill. Matu's going to be more than fine. At the same time, Zai on the top lane, they're able to take down Notel. So kills in both lanes, mid lane, Nisha and Tops in both low. So he's going to win out on this one. Thompson just fought. The Stone Strike is going to be dodged. And Thompson gets the kill.
You were my target all along.
Very nice. That's going to enable him super nicely into this mid game to be able to move around from lane to lane. And there are some very squishy heroes in this game for Ricky to abuse. We're talking about how OG lacked a little bit of frontline in the last game for their, their Alchemist going greedy. I'm looking at Secret's draft. It is so squishy. All 5 of them are really soft if Thompson gets to a good... Again, he's just still smiling a little bit, but not too happy.
It's very close there, but Thompson able to just come out with the outplay. Top, Zai, kind of run down mid one, but with boots mid one. Easily able to keep a distance.
Zai's very threatening up here now, though. He has his boots, he's got his Orb of Corrosion up too, so he's going to be able to go back and hit the Gyrocopter whenever he does have a good lane. There's some good kill threat from both sides up here. So Yapster's going to start. It looks like he wanted to start stacking, but decided against it. Sentry versus Sentry in mid.
About to hit the 6. Seb still very strong this lane with the tread soaring. He can really keep the spam up. Top lane Zai. In for mid 1. He's able to get the heals up. Has he got enough damage though to deal with these two? He does not. again, these two heroes, it's very hard for Zai to play aggressive into them. If he miscalculates, they're just going to be able to turn and burn him every time.
Yeah, and Noto is one of the few players I've seen that does this. He goes for the laning phase about the Train Protector. We see a lot of trees, they just go like 4-0-2 or something like that. No, he almost always, I see him do, is get 2 points in Leech Seed. So he can counteract and give some heal and damage, and it's all about the laning. Because that ability later on in the game is pretty awful. It's all about just the lane. So ends up paying off for him to set up a start for his job.
No, it's certainly happening with these kills, the farm that Mid-One's picking up. It's another smooth sailing for him in the laning stage. I mean, sort of across the board, really. Only Zai that's struggling to get as much as all the other cores here. Only slightly so. Just a little bit behind there with the 22 CS. Everyone else in the 30+.
They've broken the lanes now, though. OG, they're just going to keep the lion down bottom versus Matu, so he's going to get free farm, but Seb, he's going to start getting those Ags to work. He did build up his treads and his soul ring this game. Last game, he just went like, what, brown boots earn, and he was a lot weaker. This one, he's actually at a little bit more HP, so maybe he will be a little bit better of a frontliner, but it still is an Ags rush. So it's still going to be that quick one for the Gyro this game.
They go in onto Zai. They've got the level 6 cooldowns out from Mid-One. Kind of as soon as Zai made it back to lane, OG able to kill him off once again. 7 minutes in, the 4 deaths on this top lane now. Zai is giving quite a bit over towards Mid-One.
And now he doesn't really have a good place to go himself on this Monkey King, because if he does, he might just have to go back top, but he's always at risk of dying, as he's going to do the long trek all the way back up there. So call down's going to be back up within the next like 30 seconds by the time that he gets back up there.
Is under attack.
They could just look to make a move. No-tail, he'll get a pull off, trying to maximize, get his levels, throw his armor onto mid lane, onto Topson so that he's safe. 20 armor Ricky right now.
Mid. They're looking for the setup. Stacks up. He's got the control. They're going to be able to get another hit for Topson.
Oof, Topson, he's going to have a really rough game versus this Ricky. I feel like Topson's just going to be able to always focus fire him because they, like we said, they don't really have a good frontliner. So I feel like there's going to be great ways for OG to always get into the back lines versus these squishies.
Yeah, I mean, their front line is going to be the chaotic offering, right? That's what's going to be on the front this column.
Yep.
Of course, not necessarily the best thing to have, as OG probably be able to bring the golem down pretty quickly with the amount of punch these heroes are going to get quite early on.
Got a stun strike, looking for Soxa, but they can't quite set up from Zai's so low. Zai's level 4. Soxa's almost 6 on
Level
Lion.
4. Ooh. Yapso's got more HP than Zai. As
really does.
There's times that Zai was knocked out of the lane and Yapso was able to get some for himself.
Secret's gonna need some big plays to get them to come back after this laning phase. The Invoker and Monkey King are so shut down, and they don't have good places to go. They can get hunted so easily by Gyro or Ricky. And look at Topson. Puppy D-warding.
He's ready for action. Puppy, he can't TP out of this Saxa. But to stop to it, Topson having that start, definitely making up for the shortcomings of the Snapfire last game so far. A brilliant opening this time on his Ricky.
And look, he buys, so he's buying all early game items, right? Double Wraith Band, Orbital Corrosion into treads. He even buys 2 sentries for himself, for the team. Because his supports are kind of suffering, he wants to be able to have those sentries to cover himself and to be able to counteract Secret. I actually love that. Because he's having such a good start, he knows he can sacrifice a little bit of his net worth for it. Soxa at level 6 already. Getting into the enemy triangle. He's got finger threat versus him again. I'm going to keep reiterating. Very squishy heroes on Secret. So the fact that they've gotten this type of start on OG. 3k lead. Alchemist getting the farm up. It's already got 3 components.
Last game, we did see OG come out on top of the laning stage. But this time, it's definitely even more significant. This sort of lead this early. As top there. Looking to punish Zai yet again.
He's got vision, though. He has a ward, so he sees Soxa.
But look at this move for Top. I mean, Topson's coming right around, but it does indeed mean it's a little hard for Soxa to join on this one. I say that Zai's stepping out.
Oh, Topson, he's very sneaky. He might be able to get this. Yeah, they see Zai.
Dire's middle tower is under attack.
He's going to try and start things, Topson.
They have a finger.
They're able to get the missile in. As Topson, he'll have another jump in a second. Zai able to dodge the damage of the missile and starting to salve up. And that means he's at an HP that Topson can't go for the kill. Topson actually ends up losing his courier whilst he's as deep as he is, so he won't have any one for this one. He might find a puppy kill, and he does. He's able to take it. Can Nisha do anything in response? Dropping the cold snap out onto the Ricky, but backups here. Balance strike is down on the three of them, but they've got the impale Zai. Oh, he's able to dodge the finger. It was cute, but it weren't cute enough, as Zai still ends up going down. Thompson, he's ready to start cleaning up for more. Trying to move over towards Nisha. Matu trying to get him off him. The Thompson jumping forward. Trick to the drift. Nisha goes down. Does end up landing the sunstroke from his deathbed, though, as they will punish Thompson for the dive, but still getting those kills. OG continuing to rack up the numbers.
Yeah, they get Matu's courier, and Seb, he sees a stack, and he's about to have the Ags finished up. He's cleaning this one up, and such a quick surround. OG, they all got there somehow, except for the tree, but 4 heroes collapsing so quick. Zapsor will be forced away. He won't be able to steal last hit, so maybe will he?
Dire's bottom tower is under attack.
Did you say Seb's Ags done? This game,
middle tower is under attack.
Thompson on mid one. The gyro. Speed up his farm. Yep. There we go.
100% gyro. Boom.
Oh, here we have it. See if mid one can do it this time round. Nice and early Aghanims, and likewise as in the last game, it will boost his potential to farm.
It feels so much better this game though. And it feels like they don't need to force the issue as hard either, because Gyrocopter's going to be able to get this crazy amount of scaling too. It feels like last game maybe they pushed it too hard, and Secret just addressed that in an incredible manner. So this one now maybe being a little bit more patient, because they're so far ahead at this point. They don't need to force it. You know, they can just chill, play regular Dota rather than being super chaotic and forcing too much. Guys, they've got Secret completely on the back foot. The Midas just got picked up. 12 minutes 50 seconds. Super late for your usual exorts. Secret's still not. Puppy's still not 6. He's Fatal Bond farming a hard camp.
He's nearly there. There's Campbell.
Nearly there. And they need it. They really need that chaotic offering to stop the invasion that's coming from OG. As we see, the Gyro, he's going to look to fight every time he has call down up. He's going to charge into the Secret lineup. So they really do need that chaotic offering to be that frontliner that they are lacking.
Absolutely, mid one this game. He's at the perfect start. 2-0-4. He's been fed in Aghanims. It couldn't get any better of a beginning, really, as the Gyro this game. We'll see how he's able to pull it off from here.
Yeah, and they've even they slowed down Matu a little bit too. He's got the Diffusal Blade in about 100 gold, and he's about to hit the 12. So he's still doing really damn well, but they have slowed down because of that pressure that they were able to apply. And now we just have some downtime where Seb, he's going to queue up the next Ags. Going to look to farm that one. That will probably be the Ricky, I'd imagine.
No, you think so? I think so.
Yeah.
There's a lot of stacks from some juicy mug golems as well.
Radiant's
so, I mean, these stacks, they're going to push him very close to being well on the way to that second Ags.
And there's no way for Secret to really get into that jungle at all because of how the start has gone. They don't have the heroes to walk in there. Zai, he's still just on massive road to recovery. FaZe and the Orb of Corrosion, he's just level 7.
Start got completely shut down by this no-tail mid-one lane of the Treant and Gyro. They punished him perfectly.
Dire's top
I wonder what he even goes for if he's just going to be like a BKB and just damage soaking like he did in the last game. So that usually tends to be how Zai does do these games for the team. As SNY finish now for mid one, and like you said, lots of stacks to work with. Got the BKB queued. They can still look to fight, but I think you ideally want to just wait for him to farm that one. You don't need to force anything when you're this far ahead. 7,000 gold advantage.
That's true. I mean,
just chill.
In that sense as well, does it surprise you a bit that he doesn't pick up the Maelstrom on the Gyro to sort of add to his potential, especially getting given such an early Ags? I mean, is it just not necessary?
Maybe a bit surprised. I think maybe just because of last game, he just doesn't want to be fragile, and it's why it's a good pickup on Gyro. Gyro just needs mobility.
No, for sure.
Damage is going to come out.
It's just if you're skipping it, you know what I mean? I feel like when you are getting given an Ags, if you imagine having a quick Ags and Maelstrom on this era, likewise with the Monkey King, it's going to propel you a lot. But we'll see how it plays out for him, as you say. Just building in a fashion that means that there's really no excuses for him dying in a team fight. I think it's pretty invincible.
Yeah, I think it's just, there's no greed in this. This is just very straightforward. Don't need to do anything finicky. Don't need to do anything funny. You've gotten away with such a big lead. Just play regular Dota now from this point forward. Just let your Alchemist keep gifting those Ags away.
Yep, and he's
got some really good ones.
He's pretty much got the second Ags done in with this cap Seb.
Like, they're feeling really good. That's what you're seeing them taunt and everything. They're just able to sit back with an Alchemist and farm, and Secret can't punish. And Secret's aware of that. They're just trying to maximize their farm around the map. You know, they're not looking to smoke or do any type of invasion. They know if they try, they're going to get completely annihilated in the fight. So they have to wait for OG to come to them a bit and get their farm back up. As Nisha, he still is very far behind. You know, bots Midas. He may have, you know, 6.3k net worth, but the fact that it's a bot Midas really is him a lot weaker in the actual fights. There it is. The Ags gifted to Thompson.
All right.
Immediately injected up to 11.4k net worth, and he's got the Fusel at the same time, pretty much.
Well, let's see. 8k lead with this setup with the Alchemist giving the Ags. You know, that's 17 minutes in, and they have 2 cores that are very far ahead of that. Secret Zai giving a whole lot of info to start the action off as they jump in onto Saxter. Take down the Lion. Overgrowth will catch and control Zai. So get the Monkey King in return.
They gotta run now, though. Ricky's coming over. He's got the defusal coming on the courier in just a second. It's going to be delivered. And oh, a Vambrace too. Let's pick up for OG. Probably see the Ricky pick that one up. And yeah, just continue to get this farm. Very comfortable spot. Get the gyro BKB, and then you can really force the issue on OG and Secret. Their heroes don't really do much versus that BKB when it's going to be coming in.
Not at all.
They're going to have to kite it really hard, and it's not going to be easy because he's got an S and Y too, so kiting that, they don't have any points in upheaval either, as I see from Puppy, so kiting it is going to be really difficult.
And with this build up from Nisha as well, you know, the Midas spots, Blink, what does this sort of say to you? Does this say he wants to be jumping, finding backliners in the fight, or is this Blink sort of built for just split pushing and trying to stop OG from being in a position where they can run 5 down mid and they're having to try and deal with this Invoker pushing out the side lanes?
It's like splitting and positioning. Like, he just can't get, if he gets jumped by Ricky, he's dead. So he just has to be completely aware of the fights and just be able to get out as soon as OG does look to start going.
Is under attack.
OG is going to start ramping up that pressure really soon. Midwood's about to have it finished, about to have that BKB done. And then that mid tower, that's going to be the target. OG is going to heavily commit for it. Secret, they've got to be really well prepared, and it's just not looking like an easy fight. I'm not sure how they're going to be able to do it.
This is definitely challenging spot for Secret, but that's, you know, after the many wins we've seen from them, this is what we like to see. We want to see a team such as Secret be tested, and they certainly will right now. Down 9k here, 18 minutes in.
I just don't know when they're able to fight versus all this. OG's actually going to force the Roche, and Secret can't fight there.
All right.
It's similar approach as last time, but they just stalled out a little bit longer, right? They waited for the BKB. They gave themselves a little bit more time so that they're safer. Secret starting to move over, at least with Matu. He's stabbing.
He can't go in on this. They've got to give space.
He's countered. That's the thing too. Is like the Slark this game. You see that Matu has to go for BKB because he's first Ricky, so he can't actually play reckless at all in this one because he just gets caught by a smoke screen instead. As OG now with quick moves around, Soxa is setting up Nisha.
Almost got his own Blink Sax. Actually changing it up, Nisha as well. He's just queued up the B instead now, but for that same reason as Matu needing it.
At least then he can just like BKB, run out of the smoke, get Ghost Walk off, and then reset positioning. So
oh, I like this as well.
Might need Blink anyway on top, but
oh no, I don't like that. Mid one. He had the Rapier cube for a second, and then he was like, actually, I want to be even more indestructible. So on top of the S&Y and the BKB and the Axe, he's also going to go straight for that Satanic. So going for the full tanky boy build on this Gyro. He really doesn't want to die.
I don't think he will. I really don't think he will if he does get away with getting that. As OG. They've got a Force Staff also on Seb. So now he's starting to build his own item, and he is tanky. You know, 1600 HP on this Alk. OG's gotten away with everything this game.
Oh, Nisha hiding in the trees. He's able to get the jump. Straight in over towards Yapsul. Yapsul goes down. Seb. Concoction out on a Puppy. If they can dive for this Zai by Puppy's side. Mid one, he's ready to play aggressive. He feels very strong right now with this BKB.
He feels invulnerable.
And And the Aegis.
Dire's top tower has fallen.
He knows, like, if they run into him, he will kill absolutely all of them. Under acid spray as well, with Thompson going ham. Like, this is all physical damage that just gets improved by that acid spray.
He's jumping straight away on Nisha. Nisha, can he get out of the cloud in time? He can't. Nisha goes down. Wuko's command is out there. Matu moving in on Sax. They take down Sax. They now move over towards midpoint. Shadow Dance out from Matu. Gotta be a little careful though and get back out of this. Concoction will come off. The smoke screens down. Thompson, is he able to jump? But he looks for Matu. He's gonna be able to get in, get the kill. They've got the control though. Can they punish Thompson for this dive? They can't. He's straight back out over towards the safety of Seb. As Thompson steps away, OG find 3 and only lose their Lions.
Under attack.
That was their big ult. That was Secret's big defense, or attempted defense, with the Wukongs and with the Chaotic Offering, and OG just kills it like it's nothing. And just jump from target to target. We're really seeing the fragility of the Secret draft as OG is just able to rip right through them.
A brilliant jump from Thompson to start things. Nisha not getting a chance to throw out anything at all. Yeah, the combos, you say that sort of the fatal bonds, the golem hits onto sort of 3 or 4 of them. It just isn't enough damage. Mid-1 able to live throughout it all, and Matu, he's got to start retreating very soon after making an aggressive play, as he knows that this Ricky's just going to be able to run him down.
The big thing is really the tier 2 still up in OG's diving base. That shows how strong they really are, and just understanding how strong they are. Is Zai, let's get seen jumping into a tree for a second.
It's a bit risky there from Secret. As they see him, Zai. And he's got backup. Thompson out to the side. They drop the Boundless Strike. Matu's trying to move in. The cloud is down. Sunstrike from Nisha off the mark. Deafening Blast pushes Thompson over towards the side. Now Matu's got to be careful. They're running him down. Tornado from Nisha holds back mid-1 and Seb momentarily, but the cooldown's there. Matu out to the side in time. Stacks up with a jump forward. Matu pounces down to the ground. He's going to be able to make it back to base, but Zai, he won't. Left out on the map, Zai will fall once again.
That was close. They almost actually got Thompson there. The Sunstrike, if it connected, he was going to go down. The Pounce also not clipping him either, so he's able to reset. And OG is continuing to lead this game, and even looking for more. As bottom, the Force Spirits are summoned. Mid-1 quickly swings down, cleans them up, and they just continue this aggressive posture. And now a DD also on Thompson.
Radiant
oh boy.
They're already setting up. They have this ward. They had this ward up top, and they actually know where the Slark is. They saw Matu kind of swinging up there. They get the scan as well, but Matu, he's leaving. And mid-1, along on his Aegis, he still has a minute, but he is very low down here.
Still very tanky. He's going to put the BKB here on his first life. So that will be a BKB charge, but no lives to be lost. And he's very close, as you can see, to having the Satanic, so still just insane item timings coming out thanks to that acceleration of the Ags 24 minutes in. Seb. He's heading in for this. They've got the missile going the way of Matu. Matu is going to start poking at Seb. See what sort of backup they can have. Puppy's TP'd into this. Nisha with the BKB. He's able to come out on the Saxa. The golems drop down. Seb on the high ground. Caught under the Wukong's command. The cold snap causing him issues as Zai chases down the Alchemist. Matu, Puppy's golem sweeping around. But now with Thompson jumping in for the tricks of the trade. Secret's got to be careful. Matu, he's going to get taken out of the cloud. He goes down. The concoction from Seb out onto Zai. There's another fight where OG they're able to find 2. They might be able to find more as well. Thompson, he wants to chase. He held back by the telekinesis. He won't get the opportunity. But another 2 kills here for OG. Again, only losing Sax, so they'll take these fights every single time as they continue to get further and further ahead here. 16k lead. OG continuing to dominate this game too.
They're really just running right through them. It's like a lawnmower. I see the Chaotic Offering gets dropped and it gets 3-shotted by Thompson. He's just so far ahead at this point because of all this gold and just a free gifted Ags. He's 11-1-3 on this last pick, Ricky.
Puppy. The ghost steps a tornado off the mark. Not going to catch any of them at all as Puppy will go down. Thompson trying to chase Nisha. Nisha makes it away, and only just. His BKB was still on cooldown.
They're getting dove to the base, and this lane still has the tier 1 and tier 2 up. Right? They're just not letting Secret come out at all. And with that vision that they do have, they're defending it very nicely on the side of OG. And yeah, they're giving no hope. They're really not giving any space at all for Secret to breathe. Zai scouting out Thompson. Small moment here.
Radiant's top tower has fallen.
Secret, they close the next times. The BKB
Never see this
100 away from Timberman. Over on the side of OG, just these insane items coming out there. They're already on top of the Satanic. 2,700
Radiant's
gold
top
on
tower
mid one.
is under attack.
He's ready to start picking up a good portion of that butterfly. There we go. The Eagle song already out. And we see it here. This game 2. I mean, game 1 might have been a bit of a rough one for mid one, but this second game, he is certainly
Radiant's
turning
top
up.
tower is
507, 300 CS here at 26 minutes. 23k net worth nearly. Yeah, this is why OG run the out strat. They can set mid one up for a game like this, and when he does it right, my goodness, he does it right here mid one.
Yeah, him and Thompson are just really popping off. 11-1-4 on the Ricky too. He's just slaughtering anyone he really sees, and yeah, OG, they're chilling. And it's like they've got the BKBs on secret, but this is just for them to survive, right? This isn't them actually being able to go out and win a fight. This is them able to be able to like reset and perhaps get like a positioning advantage and maybe get like 1 or 2 heroes. But damage is still going to be lackluster. They're going to need the next item to really be able to actually address this massive gyrocopter and Ricky. They're actually poking themselves forward. They are under vision though, so they have to be a little cautious as Thompson is at the ready. Not quite level 20. Doesn't have that crazy blink cast range just yet, but it's soon. Secret just has to stand there as a unit. All 5 right on the high ground.
You can see Nisha even scared to step out for the Midas, having to wait until the creeps come right up to the high ground here, as he does not want to take a step too far. He knows how quick OG will be to pounce.
They might honestly, when they stand as 5 like that, like all in a row, they're probably thinking about, can we explode this Ricky in one combo, right? Like throw out the Meteor, Deafening Blast, Thunder Strike, Boundless Strike, Lift, and potentially try for it. It's very hard to execute though.
And they just go and find themselves a Paladin sword here for the Satanic Axe Gyro.
Of course.
Very nice here for Mr. Midbomb.
Dire are scanning.
And his butterfly is done. Soxa's already on the hunt, as they still do have that ward bottom. It's spotting out a little bit of the movements. It sees the Forge Spirits running through, and they saw Nisha.
Oh. Gonna be able to hunt him down. Nisha, if he shows his face again. Matu, he's going in.
Gonna show his face.
All right, they got the Sunstrike down at the Saxon. Matu's gonna be able to get the kill. And he's not messing around. BKB Shadow Dance TP out. He's not sticking around for a moment longer than he needs to. And neither's Nisha. They get the kill, they get out.
They know how behind they are. They're just taking anything that they can. Even support kills are worth it. They do right now know that OG is a little bit split up, so maybe Matu is looking for something, walking up onto the high ground. He's under vision.
Be careful, no ult, no BKB. Nisha will manage to make sure that OG can't chase for him. They're going to pop the smoke, but still, to say 30 seconds, no BKB or Shadow Dance on the Slark, so they're going to have to be cautious how they get Matu involved.
They know they're split though. They're really trying to take advantage of that fact and maybe just get like 1 or 2 quick kills.
Yapto's going to get the job straight away on the Seb. The follow-up Boundless Strike straight down on Seb, forces off to the side, but they've got the damage. Another hit from Secret. Maybe 21k down, but they're finding any of these small opportunities that OG's leaving left open.
Oh, and they're actually going to be able to maybe reclaim the outpost, so at least they'll get some experience if they're able to hold on to this one. OG,
I mean, they will, yeah.
Down and take. It's up to mid one and Thompson if they do want to reclaim it. If they start making the move, then the rest of the team should. But they actually see Nisha for a second, and there's a DD Ricky. He actually took the backstab multiplier too, point that out. Not going for like the reach with the blink strike, which we usually do see. He just wants more damage. Can't blame him.
All right.
$15 seconds, outpost. Secret's gonna keep it reclaimed. So a little bit of experience that they really need in this game.
Poppy, use the shovel.
Shovel, and they're gonna get 2 bounty runes for them.
Very nice.
Not bad. Small gains as Nisha
Radiant
nearly has Hex.
He's got a lot of money. He's saved up.
Yeah.
Radiant's
He's
top
saved
tower
up
is
quite a
under
bit
attack.
after that BKB. He's been doing a good job of finding money out of a map that, for the most part, OG have had full control of and made very spooky. See Roshan taken out. Aegis onto mid one. She's Thompson.
And mid one's got it queued up.
Yes, now with the Aghanims, the SNY, the BKB, the Satanic, he's absolutely in a position where he can very, very confidently pick up the Divine Rapier.
Dire's bottom tower is under attack.
There we go.
He just walks into the high ground. Batu, gotta start building up some stacks.
Might be down
Radiant's top
onto
tower
mid one.
has fallen.
Will take away quite a bit of his Mana here, but mid one's still standing ground, sieging these barracks. They've got to pop the fortification. Matsu, he's dead! Oh, he's gone! Straight away died at the start of this fight. He's got a buyback available. Zai, he's dropping the Wukong's command. Matsu will buy back. No tail popping the overgrowth side, trying to keep himself hidden in the trees. But the concoction takes him out. Matsu jumps over towards Thompson. They have the stun strike. Is it a burst? No, it's not enough. Thompson able to get the cheese off in time. They couldn't quite do it as Thompson will live. Jumps over towards Matsu. They force him back to the base. They'll keep him alive. Zai trying to get back into the safe of the map, but the tricks the drain. The E-blade on Thompson. He kills Zai in the fountain.
Oh, that was just fancy.
And that's it, GG. Well, there we have it. OG. They turn it up here in game 2. They hit back. Arguably harder than Secret did in game 1. 24-9, 28k lead. They sort of stuck to their guns here with the draft opening. 3 same heroes. They run it back. They switch it up a little. They get Thompson, arguably on a hero that he was destined to have much better